Hi, everyone. It's Punxsutawney Phil Day. Feels very appropriate to me. We just had a jobs number, pretty hot, and prices are pulling in. So the question is, what gives? Well, what gives is everybody's expecting these numbers to come in a little soft. When they don't come in soft, people say, oh my gosh, they're not going to lower rates. And if they're not going to lower rates, then the over enthusiasm from December's chatter of what's going to happen with the market space is under a caution light. So what do we need to see? Here's my thought. Today, we begin in a fairly bullish stance from the daily perspective, right? Everything is trending up. Look at all my trend lines. They're just disgusting. There's just so many of them, and they're all trending up. Key lines in the sand, 49.37. What did we just do? Oh, we bounced off of it. I have 49.34 here. Remember, it's never an exact number because there are tens of thousands of us putting on millions of trades, right? Tens of thousands of machines, whatever. It could be hundreds of thousands. I have no idea. Irrelevant. What it means is we're going to have squishy zones, okay? And those squishy zones are going to give us information that says, markets are going to come into support, try to bounce, and if they can't hold the bounce, they're going to fade. Now, pre-market action until just a couple of minutes ago was very bullish, and now the traders have to cover. The question is, do we have traders that are hanging on to bigger prices? Okay, so my thought is first pass coming into support, anywhere between 49.34 and the open of this candlestick right here, 49.30. That's going to be our support edge. We're going to see a bounce. If we cannot get back up over 49.40, we're going to have a downside retrace. This move here yesterday, pure short squeeze. Absolute and complete short squeeze. Okay, you can see the definitive lines. I've put definitive lines for SPY and the Qs inside of the Benzinga Pro platform. And that is where you're going to see what it is specifically that we are looking at. Here, we can see, wait a second, we could not hold 492. So what are we doing? Look at this. See this wick right here? Came right into it. What was it, 490? Just about. And trying to bounce. Here's the thing. If we lose 490, again, we are going to slip into this zone where all this has been is short covering, right? Everybody said, ooh, we're rolling over, finally, and they use options, and those options have to turn right around. It squeezes everybody, okay? So these option events are big. What do I think? I think it's going to be a short action event. Okay, the market is still trying to tell Powell what to do, and he's saying to them, obviously, you haven't heard me. We're not going to lower rates. So all you guys thinking we're going to have 6 rate cuts and they're going to start in March, no. Maybe. We'll see. So I think there's a gigantic cross current here. I would say if it loses 490, we're looking at short action today. And what the price, let's delete this. What the prices that we need to watch are along this trend line, right? Assume buyers are going to try and come in between 489 and 490 because it's so bullish. It's the failed bounce that's going to tell us what to do. So it's still buy the dip, wait for your trade to come in, buy the dip, and then ride it into the next area. I know that went really, really long. Here we go. Same sort of thing, except these guys have not made new highs, right? They haven't. So a little bit more weakness, however, still bullish as could be. Green, looks very bullish. 30-minute chart, ribbon saying, well, there's the top of the range. Where are we going to break back to the north? You know what? Above 427. That's where we're going to break away. Where are we going to break down from? 425. And we've just broken through that. And so here it is. High, higher high, lower high, low, lower low, higher low. So this is going to be a mosh pit. Watch the fade down here to see buyers coming in at 422. All right, this is the buy the dip formation. If it bounces and cannot get up over the point of control at 425, it's a short. Bob's your uncle. All right. Okay, let's go to the ES first on the day. Coming off new highs. fading into the support action. Where's the line in the sand? My thought is 49.20, 49.14. Buyer's going to come in there. Wait for it. It's buy the dip formations. If you buy the dip and it can't get up over 49.34, it's not going to be a long core long. Okay? So you've got a sideways patch here. The very deep dips are still going to find buyers. Is it going to have a higher low? I have no idea. That's the trend line there. Above 49.34, we've got bullish action. Below 49.14, we've got bearish action, and they'll slosh around in between. Taking a look at the NQ. What are we looking at? Here's the high from several days past, so no new highs, right? What is it doing? Well, we got kind of lower highs, kind of lower lows, breaking this trend line. So where are they headed? I think right here, 17,464. If we lose that zone, price action, going to try to recover it, and it might try to recover it all the way down to 17,414, at which point, 415, at which point they'll try to bounce again, right? Pullbacks or buy zones, look to those daily edges to see what's happening. If it bounces to a lower high, we know price action is likely to fail, right? And if we're lower highs and lower lows, compression down here might be something that we're going to see. Lastly, let's take a look at oil. Well, maybe we'll take a look at gold today too. Oil in an absolute rollover. Funny thing, 2 nights ago, I had a dream. I got up, I was like, oh my gosh, the fuel is $15 a gallon. And I came in and I went, okay, that's just a dream, thank goodness. But it is rolling over. And why is it rolling over like this? That's a tricky question. So I'm not gonna battle the why. Here's what I see. See this heavy congestion? 73 is my line in the sand. I posted those levels in the futures space on Topstep TV and on the Place Your Trades Discord channel. So we've got these. If it loses 73, they're going to try and recapture it. But notice what's happening. Lower highs, lower lows. This is the heavy congestion, and it runs from 72 all the way down to 70. Here is my suspicion overall. The loss of 75.50 to 75.85 is bearish for oil at this juncture. The test of 70 remains bullish. So from a swing perspective, that's what I'm looking at. Intraday, you can see the wicks being monstrous. All right, so be careful. Bounces or sell zones. This thing is an absolute dumpster fire. However, what it's trying to do right now is keep a handle on 73, right? You can see it coming into this Bollinger Band, this VWAP band right here, just kind of holding this edge. Could you take a long here? You could, but it would only be into resistance. The trade here is take some of your short off, right? Bounces into prior congestion like 73.85, 73.90, 74. That's where the sell zone is. You have to bounce and then fail the low for a new short to hold up. All right, I went long, so we won't talk about gold. I'll see you on Monday. Take care, everybody.